today we're going to have a little look at some of our basic Taekwondo moves. So if you just face me, start off, chariot, kingi, Taekwon. Come into your ready position like this. So what we're going to start off is we're going to start off in a sitting stance punch. So we're going to sit in stance now, you're going to space your feet apart, 1.5 shoulder widths. We're going to bend our knees and we're going to push our knees out slightly like this, so we're nice and strong in our stance. Now when we make a punch, obviously, or make a fist even, we're going to fold our fingers in and put our thumbs on the outside. We're going to put one hand on the hip and we're going to extend our right hand here. So we're going to be punching into the center line. So this is making almost like a triangle here, so you're focusing all your power into the center. Now when we're doing this is a drill to develop power in our technique. Obviously I'm not going to punch something like this because I would get knocked out. I want to make sure now that when I punch I'm getting my whole body and everything behind the technique. So I've got my one arm out like this, so we're going to do them by my count. So we're going to lift, you're going to pull back your hip slightly and you're going to fire that punch out from the hip, pulling the other hand back as you go. Okay, so start with your right hand in front, so I say one there, we're just going to punch. Ready, one. And exhale as you punch. Ready, 2. Ready, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Now when you're punching, what you want to do is you want to be relaxed and then you tense on impact. So everything tenses, then you relax again. So you want to fire that punch out nice and fast, accelerating it and then twisting into the end of the technique to get that power. So this time we're going to do double punching. So when I say one there, you're going to do 2 fast punches, but both of them have to be strong. But the idea is if I'm just doing one punch weak, then the other one's strong, it's not going to be effective. You've got to train your body to punch hard, punch strong every single time. So when I say one now, 2 punches in a fast motion. Ready, 1. Good. Ready, 2. Good. Ready, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Just come back to your ready position. So again, this is developing the power in the individual punch. So we'll work on getting our body weight behind the techniques. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our punching in a walking stance. So from there now we're just going to step our right foot forward. So with a walking stance, your stance is 1 shoulder width wide. So there's a gap of a shoulder width between my legs. Also now the length of it is going to be 1.5 shoulder widths long. So that means now you're nice and stable in your stance. Your front knees bent slightly, your back legs locked straight. So we're going to look at a walking stance punch now. So we're going to extend our front arm. So this is an obverse punch or lead punch, so the same arm and same leg are in front. So this now is developing the technique of our punch. So what you're doing is you're incorporating all the muscles that are involved in a punch. Obviously if I was doing it more practical in more of a fighting stance, I'd have my hands up here like this, but I'm shortening the technique. So I want to develop all the muscles that are involved in punching to make sure that every time I punch it is as strong as I can get it. So from there now, when I say 1, you're going to bend, lift up and punch back on the spot. So you're lifting and dropping your body weight into the technique. Now when we do that, again, nice and relaxed, punch and tense at the end of the technique. So from there now, we're just going to alternate punches on the spot. So when I say 1, you're going to punch. 2, you're going to punch. 3, you're going to punch. Again, you're going to pull back slightly to accelerate forward. So ready, this hand, by my count. Ready, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back now. We're going to take our right leg back, so we have the left leg in front. So same thing, left arm out. We're going to do 10 on the spot. Again, practicing our obverse and reverse punch. So our lead punch and our rear punch. So again, this is developing the muscles that will be involved in a jab and a cross. So you've got your arm out. So ready by my count. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and relax. Come back to your ready position, nice and strong. Right, so now we're going to look at our basic blocks. So again, we're just going to take our right leg forward like this, so we're in a walking stance. So this time now we're going to turn our hips slightly to the side. So when we're punching, we want to be full facing. When we're blocking, we want to be half facing like this. So we want to narrow the angle of our body. So if I'm full facing, it makes you a big target. If you turn slightly, it makes you a slightly smaller target. It takes your center line off the center. So it just moves your center line away from the angle of the attack coming towards you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on our low block to start with. Now when we're blocking, we're going to cross. Now the idea of the cross is to teach us to twist into the end of the technique. Obviously if I was outside, I'm not going to cross every time I block something or try to stop something. But the idea of developing the cross is each time now I lift, I'm driving, and I'm making sure that every time I put all my body weight and all my power into the block. I'm doing these big movements, so if I was outside or I was blocking, it makes the small movements more powerful and more effective because I've developed the muscles as I'm coming through. So when I'm crossing now for anything, I'm using the outer forearm, so we're using this third of the forearm here to block. Anything I'm using this outer forearm for, my hands are going to be back to back. So that means the blocking hand is going to be on the inside. So imagine now you're looking at your watch. I'm going to put my other watch, so I'm going to smash two watches together and then both hands twist. One comes back to the hip, one comes into the blocking technique like this. This block wants to be almost in line with my belt here, as if I was blocking down on top of something coming towards me. So I'm going to cross and block. So when I say one now, we're just going to cross and block. When I say two, we're going to cross and block. So you lift up and drive, bend and block, bend and block. Okay, so by my count, we're going to do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Right, this time now we're going to step and change. We're going to do the other side. So my left leg's in front, my left hand's blocking. So I'm going to look at my watch on my right hand, smash two watches together, so it's the opposite way. Again, I'm bending to develop that, dropping my weight into the technique. So I say one now, we lift and we block. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, right, come back. So we're going to change again now. So this time we're going to move the block up to middle section, so middle. So this means the block is in line with my shoulder. My knuckles are in line with the shoulder. Again, I'm half facing like this. I've turned my body. This time the block is coming across your centre line and blocking something coming towards this side or coming down the middle. You're driving it out the way. So I say one now, again, same cross, and I block. So again, we're going to do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Step and change. So we're going to put the left leg in front again now. It's the same thing, the other side. So you're going to block, come across. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last block we're going to look at now for the minute is going to be a rising block. So rising block is slightly different. It's still blocking with the outer forearm, but this time you're full facing because the block is driving up through the middle. So imagine something's coming down, you're blocking up through your centre to stop it. Now with this block, it wants to be slightly angled and your hand wants to be about a fist away from your head. So from there now, again, we're going to cross the same. I'm going to drive up through. So I'm going to bend and drive up. So ready by my count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Change your stance. So last time now on this side. So same thing, left leg in front. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax, come back to your ready position. So we're going to put those blocks together in a bit of a sequence now. So we're going to start off with our left leg in front. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a low block, we're going to do a reverse punch, we're going to do an outer forearm block, we're going to do a reverse punch, we're going to do a rising block, we're going to do a reverse punch. Then we're going to do it all on the opposite side. So then we're going to do an obverse punch, we're going to do a low block, we're going to do an obverse punch, we're going to do an outer forearm block, we're going to do an obverse punch, we're going to do a rising block. So we're going to practice on both sides of the body as we go through. So follow along with me, and again you can repeat this as many times as you want. So from there now when I say 1, we're going to do a low block. Ready? 1. Good, and punch. 2. Now we're going to do a middle block. Ready? 1. We're going to do a punch. 2. Rising block. 1. Punch. 2. Now we're just going to punch on the spot. Ready? 1. Good, like this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go for the low block. So ready? 1. Opposite side. Now we're going to do the punch. 2. Now we're going to do a middle block. 1. Now we're going to do a punch. 2. Now we're going to do a rising block. Ready? 1. Now we're going to do a punch. 2. Now we're just going to punch on the spot. Ready? 1. Good. So we're going to go through that one more time. So we do a low block punch, middle block punch, rising block punch, all the way through. But this time I'm just going to say the number, you're going to block and you're going to punch, then you're going to freeze. So when I say 1, like that, okay? So ready, doesn't matter, ready, 1, ready, 2, ready, 3, now we punch, 1, good, so now we're going to go the other side, so ready, 1, 2, 3, and punch, 1, good, and come back to your ready position. So let's try that the other side now. So left leg in front, so from there now we're just going to go low block, then we're going to punch. So ready, 1, good, then we're going to do the middle block, 2, then we do the rising block, 3, now we're just going to punch on the spot, 1, now we're going to go opposite, so ready, low block, ready, 1, punch, middle block, 2, rising block, 3, and punch, good, so we're going to go through it again, so this time now a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, ready, low block, 1, middle block, 2, rising block, 3, good, now we're going to go the opposite side, so punch, low block, ready, 1, middle block, 2, rising block, 3, good, and punch, good, come back to your ready position, good, and relax. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to look at transitioning between blocks and punches, and we're going to take this out of the pattern Chong-Ji, so the yellow tag pattern. So what we're going to do to start with, we're just going to step out into your low block here like this, to your left, then you're going to step forward, and you're going to punch. Now you're going to follow your little fingers, go over your punching shoulder, block behind you, step forward and punch. Then we're going to come back to ready position. So what we want to develop as we're doing this is driving in with a sense of urgency. Turn and coming through. You want to make sure you're trying to keep your stances. So from there now we're just doing a walking stance with an horse. You start from parallel, you step out and you do your low blocks. You've got to keep this stance and in this strong position. You're going to drive forward now and punch. Now you're going to turn, you're going to block, you're going to step forward and punch. So what we're doing is we're developing punching in movement and blocking in movement. Rather than just doing it on the spot, we're starting to learn now how to travel into a position, travel into a block, and keep our stance nice and strong, keep our movement strong whilst doing it. It's one thing doing it on the spot, 2 is doing it in movement. So we're going to do it a few times by my count, and then again you start developing this. If you know the full pattern, piece it together. So ready, by my count, ready, 1, and block. Step and punch, 2. Good, ready, 1, 2. Good, and come back to ready position. Now as you're doing this, you should remember that your block is half facing, your punch, you're full facing. So you've got to change those hip positions as we go through. So again, by my count, ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, and come back. And again, ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, and come back. So each time try and make it stronger. So ready, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good, so what we're going to do is we're going to do it 3 times. So when I say go, you're going to go block, punch, recover. Block, punch, recover. Block, punch, recover. Each time stronger than the last, okay? So, ready, when I say go, 3 times, try and do it at my pace. Ready, go! And come back to your ready position. Now the best thing to do now is develop these blocks. Make sure that everything you're doing is strong. Make sure your crossing's correct. Make sure your stances are correct. Make sure you're putting power into the technique as we go through. Okay, so I hope you enjoy. So make sure you practice these and work hard. Face me, Kingy Taekwon.